Guys, if you are here, you have made it to episode 4 of our Derby car build for the Mats Off-Road 2026 Smash and Dash Derby. So, thank you. And now we're finally getting into the fun part. If you watch episode 3, 1, 2, 3, I know, kind of boring. But now we're actually getting to the Derby car building part of a Derby car. So, in this episode, you will see us welding plates to the frame. So we're going to grind a couple areas, front and rear, and we're going to be welding some plates. You will see us test fitting the engine into the engine bay because we are LS swapping it. And with that LS oil pan, I might have to go a different route and either cut the firewall right here, which I do not want to do. I hate cutting firewalls. Or we might have to get a different oil pan, like a car one out of a Camaro or something, because they're a little bit narrower. But even then, we're probably going to have to cut the firewall because of how high this air intake sits on the LS. Once again, this is a 1978 Aspen, and this is a 2004 Vortec engine out of a Chevy Silverado. So that's what's expected out of this video. Plates, engine fitting, and the roll cage. We'll probably get to the roll cage in video or episode number 5. Let me show you the metal that we got for that roll cage. So that is going to be our roll cage metal along with the stuff over there on the floor. It's going to be a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys enjoy. If you have never built a Derby car and have questions on why we're doing stuff, don't be shy to ask. Put it in the comments. Follow along on my TikTok. It's also Sam Peter Vlogs. I go live almost every night and we work on the car. My last TikTok video, we were working on this box, which let me show you. Inside of this box, we have a transmission cooler. We have our fuel pump and fuel regulator for the LS. And all that kind of stuff I'm building on my TikTok because it can get kind of boring on the YouTube. If it's something you guys want to watch on YouTube, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get it on video as well. But for sure, on my TikTok, make sure to follow me. It's Sam Peter Vlogs. And you'll see a lot more cool content and you'll see it happening live. So drop a follow and a like on here and go follow my TikTok where I put out a lot more content. So one of the first steps, and I'm sure you guys all know this, to putting any plates on the frame is to get a grinder, usually with the wire wheel like that, or a flap disc or something. And we got to grind away all this paint. So this is like a, I don't know, rubbery paint. I think they used to use it to reduce like noise and vibrations in the metal as you're going down the road because it is everywhere. So it's like a rhino lining type stuff. And if you try to weld on that, you can't weld on that. So we have to go through, grind off all that stuff where we're going to want to put our plates, and then we can weld our plates. So if you watched one of our last episodes, we cut out these plates. These are 6 by 4 by 1/4 inch plates. And this is what we're going to end up welding on the frame. So one of them's going to go there, and that one doesn't count for our 10 of them. So we're going to put a couple more throughout the whole frame on both sides, front and back. So it's going to be a lot of welding. You guys are going to enjoy it. So we're going to leave a lot of the welding part out of it because it's pretty boring actually. So let's get started. Okay, and that's what it's gonna end up looking like after we grind all that nasty stuff away. You can see that. So before it looked like this, and now it looks like this. So we gotta grind all the paint off of the frame, which is a good thing for this car because the frame ends right there. The rest is a unibody, so that means our frame only goes to right there, and then it starts back up right there at the rear leaf spring. So is that a good thing? Some guys like it, unibody, so Mopar or no car, baby. So let's keep grinding. So everything that we do on the driver's side, we got to do on the passenger side. So let's go grind that side now. It really is a really long, painstaking process that all these derby guys go through. So thank you for bearing and watching the videos. If you haven't built a car, hopefully I'm giving you the full experience by showing you almost every single step that needs to happen. And it's really not a fast process. It takes time, a couple months usually. And I know I said I was gonna wear a face mask, but these bifocals are gonna have to do because I can't see crap out of that thing. All right, YouTube, change of plans, which I love. So we just got grinding part of the frame, but we had some help and they want to help us cage the car. So we're gonna hurry up, get some metal, and show you guys how to cage a car. So should be pretty fun. Hopefully we can get at least half of it done.
Oh, it'll be done.
It'll be. They say it'll be done. We'll see. It is 9:30. What time do you think it'll be done by? 10:30?
Yeah.
11? We'll give it midnight. So let's see what happens. Building a cage. We're gonna cut some plates that are gonna go on the B pillar right there. So this is an A pillar, B pillar, C pillar. So we're gonna cut some plates that are gonna be welded onto the pillars, where we'll then weld our bars that are gonna go all the way across for the roll cage. So that should be pretty easy, right, Cole?
Easy money.
And then we got to do it on both sides. So that side's gonna have a 12-inch door bar, is what we're gonna call it, and this side's gonna be a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to be a 12-incher. So. And then after those door bars are in, we'll figure out the dash bar and we will go from there. And then what he's gonna do, he's gonna grind the paint off because
so we can get metal to metal, more contact.
exactly. So the welder does not like paint. It might get a little. It what?
Prep is 90% of being a welder.
Well, he said it best. And I absolutely hate prep. So I'm going to go cut some plates for them. He's going to grind the paint off. And Cole's going to supervise.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm good at.
Okay, so let's get to welding. There's quite a bit going on right now. Cold checking level, we got it tacked in. He's still grinding over there so that we can weld. And if we're good, we'll keep going.
Good lordy.
You need to cut that tack. It's like an inch lean back, so it's gonna put
I gotta turn it back down.
too hot.
It's way too hot, dude.
We're gonna steal this piece of metal.
Look at that shit.
Holy
Gotta turn the welder down. The welder's set too hot, so we're melting through the actual frame of the car and burning right through it. Turn the welder down and give it a go again.
Now I'm done.
Stuff. So we have these little bars welded on here already. Both sides. That one's higher than this one. Because of the different sizes of metal that I'm gonna use for the roll cage. So we're gonna run outside and grab the metal that we're gonna use for the door bars. So the door bars are what protects you from when you get hit on any of the doors, whether it's accidental or not. And we ended up getting some 12-inch metal. Let me show you. This one right here. So, hold on. I gotta put this camera down. So it's really, really heavy. So I'm gonna have to put the camera down and you'll just see it on the bench here in a minute. So, it's big stuff. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys didn't get to see that because it was kind of embarrassing. So here is our 12-inch door bar. So it's super heavy. I think I blew out one of my hernias, but definitely worth it. So it's 12 inches by 1/4 inch. And that's the only big piece that's gonna go on the driver's side. Just in case somebody hits the driver's door, it doesn't take out a leg or a foot. So safety first on a Derby. And they usually let you put big stuff like that on the driver's side or a big plate on the outside, but then it makes your car look ugly. So
Depends on which car though.
it does depend on the car. And Cole's just measuring our length. So we're gonna go the maximum length that they allow, because then that gives us more options for our down bars that they're allowing down to the frame. So we'll get to cutting. Man down!
Oh, watch that foot.
Yeah, you're good.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut as much as I thought.
I don't think we'll have to cut much, dude.
So that's just a little bit we have to cut. Fuck, it's right there. Almost like we knew what we were doing.
Almost. Dude, if you come down and push it in, we're good. We don't have to cut nothing. There's just a little plate, that little S curve that we might need to cut off.
Yeah, it's right here. You're putting that gap, but if we go and just trim a little bit, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I can just bring the Sawzall, or the Sawzall and cut that little lip off. And we'll be good, man. Okay, well, let's get that done. Not as bad of a fit as we thought.
I definitely thought. Look at all that room for activities.
For all those bumpers to come in through. Let's flip it because this is super dirty. Flip it like that.
Wouldn't the clean side though better to weld?
Ah, you're right.
So that's just putting it in. That's just leaving that blade. It ain't very hard to clean it.
No, you're right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's
Oh, you know what?
pull it out just a little bit. And now in. Wash your hands real quick.
Okay. Push it. More. Right there, perfect. Just like that.
What's that bottom in this foot? We'll just go bottom.
Yeah.
There we go. Tits, is the welder on?
No. I can get the welder off.
I got this pipe.
So that's gonna fit perfect right where we want it. If we gotta cut more off of the front so we can weld the top, we will. So we'll just hurry and tack it in. Turn and burn. Turn way down so I have to get a good tack. So. Ah, I think she'll hold, man.
I know, but it's actually perfect.
What do you guys think? You like that?
Done? Almost. Are you cleaning the whole thing?
We were gonna plate the car, now we're building a cage, so I'm excited. This is my favorite part of the car. Alright, so last night I think the boys were a little optimistic on how far we would get, but it got late really fast and we didn't get that much done. But we do have door bars on both sides. We do have our door plate right there. So what we're gonna do next is we're just gonna hurry and pressure these in. So you'll see here in a minute what I mean by that. And just slowly keep working on it. It's a really slow and go process. And I want my cage to be fully on the inside of the car. So it might take even a little bit longer, but that's all right, because it'll look better. Here is our Porta Power. And all we're gonna do is apply slight pressure on our door bars. So we can get a good measurement on this bar that's gonna go back here. So we can cut it to the length that we need. And not be too narrow. If you leave it too narrow and leave a lot of gaps, when you're welding those gaps, it just gives the frame more room to bend. And that's something you don't want in a derby car. So we're gonna go ahead and measure to see how wide of a bar I need back here now that we have slight pressure on those door bars. And we're gonna do the exact same for the front. It's looking like it's gonna be exactly 50 inches wide is what we're gonna cut our bar to. So we have our 50-inch piece cut. So we're gonna go ahead and set it up here. As you can see, it's a little bit longer. Right now there's nothing being pushed out. Put our Porta Power back on here. Dropping in. Now we just got to measure, make sure that we're the same height from the frame. That's about 14 and a half. This side's about 14 even. So 13 and a half. So we'll go ahead and tack it now. Make sure I like how everything's sitting. I moved it, but it should be where we need it. I like it. I like it. So I know most of the guys put this bar right behind their seat so that their seat can sit on it, and then if they get hit and their seat breaks, their seat has somewhere to catch. But I don't think I'm gonna have that problem using a solid plastic seat. If it breaks, that bad boy, I got hit hard. So I'm gonna leave it clear out here, and then if I have to, I'll weld a little bar right behind the seat, but I don't think I'll need it. So let's get the welder going and burn some wire. I lied, we're not welding or tacking anything just yet. I just remembered my dad actually gave me the idea to hurry up, and before we burn anything in, he wants me to measure from up here down to my frame, because they're allowing us 4 down bars to the frame from our roll cage. So he advised, because you know he's been welding his whole life, that if I measure those bars, cut them, pull that whole bar that we just put in, that whole back bar, pull everything out, then weld it, I'll get a better weld underneath. Because right now, if I try to weld anything underneath, it's going to be super awkward to get up in that angle, because it's kind of hard to tell with the camera, but there's not much room underneath there. See what you're doing with the welder. So he advised if I cut those out, hurry and weld them in, We'll pull the bar out, weld everything in, then put it back in the car. It'll be a lot easier. So I'm gonna follow his advice. So I'm gonna hurry and measure that and get those cut out. Alright, so before we can weld those down bars that I already cut out right here and right there, we have to grind, or we have to wire wheel where we're gonna weld them right here, and where the metal is so dirty, I'll also wire wheel a spot where we're gonna weld that. And then eventually we'll go through and clean the whole bar, but I'm just trying to make some progress right now, so we're gonna get to wire wheeling. So now we'll hurry and tack weld the down bar where we want it. I mean, my welds are still gonna look terrible, but at least I feel better about it, right? It's almost like we measured because it fits perfect. So now I think we're good to start welding all the, like around this whole tube in, but I gotta go crank my welder up to 3/8. We didn't even finish one whole weld before we ran out of wire, so let's go change that wire. Okay, well, as you can see, there's no rhyme or reason or like rhythm as to how I do things. So we were just working on the cage. Well, we were working on the frame, now we're then on the cage, and now we're back on the frame. But the cage is still not done. So I want to get this done now that them guys helped me put the cage in inside, because I would have been able to do that myself. It is so heavy. But yeah, we are back on the frame. I had some buddies that derby this kind of cars, and they came and kind of helped me out on where we're going to plate it. So we got those areas all cleaned down to the bare paint. Now we're gonna burn in those plates. Okay, so now that we have all of those brackets welded to the frame, we're gonna go ahead and weld these bump shocks, are designed for when a car takes an impact, they get sucked in. What I went and did is I collapsed them. So I collapsed them and pushed them all the way in. In the rules, you can either do that or use a 10-inch piece of flat bar by 1/4 inch and put it in here as well and weld it. But I'm just going to use the original bump shocks and weld them to the frame like I have there. So now I'm going to do that on the front, both sides. This one I try to twist it just so that it would match this side, but it was so tight I kind of did an oopsie to my frame already right here. You can't really tell on the camera, but I bent the frame while I was trying to bend this. It was so rusted in there that it did not want to go. Well, now that we have that all welded, we're gonna call it a night. And that is gonna be it for this video. I know I promised you guys we were gonna finish the roll cage, but at least we finished plating. Boom, boom. We finished grinding all that. Oh, let me show you. We also plated the rear end. I didn't get it on video, but the rear end is plated. So that's plated, front is plated, and we started the roll cage. Haven't touched it, so that's gonna be it for this video. You're gonna have to tune in for episode 5 to finish the roll cage and put all the bolt-ins in. So make sure to tune in, subscribe, follow, like. If you don't already, go follow Malfunction Junction. We'll be in the same derby, and hopefully he makes an appearance here on this channel here in a little bit. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.